Hello, I'm the Nostalgia Critic guy. Remember it so you don't have to. How was your weekend? Good? Ours involved a meteorite crashing into Earth. When we went to inspect, it emitted a radioactive beam of death, consuming every molecule of our bodies. Soon we discovered it gave us super abilities we never had before, as weird sciencey beams do. I could summon explosions at will. Tamara developed superhuman strength. And Malcolm had the ability to turn anything into a video game character. With these new abilities, we gave ourselves new identities. The Pixelator. The Clobberer. Sparky Sparky Boom Man. Together, we are the adequately impressive three. And with our newfound abilities, we know exactly what we need to do. Sit around and watch Daredevil on Netflix.
You embarrass me in front of her!
Don't you think you should do something with your abilities?
We are! I'm testing my abilities right now. Ooh, I can do that.
But don't you feel you have a responsibility to these powers?
It's cool, babe. Malcolm's been whoring us out to the press.
Just a brief reminder, we're still amazing, even though we've done very little with our amazingness.
Malcolm, how do you respond to people saying that your powers are nothing but a cheap ripoff of the new Adam Sandler movie?
Oh, well.
But don't you feel like you should be doing something important?
Nah, if Fantastic Four has taught us anything, it's that we don't need to.
What is it about the Fantastic Four that can't catch a break in terms of movies? I mean, granted, the new one hasn't come out yet, but it's gonna suck.
It really is.
Probably, yeah. Pretty much.
I mean, alright, anything's possible, but if it's anything like this incarnation, you shouldn't be too hopeful. This film is poorly written, poorly executed, and worst of all, there's little to no superheroing in it. They mostly just sit around, be jackasses, and admire how cool their powers are. So I figured we'd do the same.
You know, just because a multi-million-dollar film did it doesn't mean you should do it.
He's right. We shouldn't just sit here on our fat asses. We should sit here on our fat asses and review this stinker.
Oh, what the Christ.
Malcolm, Fantastic Four, now!
In a second.
Hey! A little something for the lady?
Oh!
The film starts off with two scientists named Reed and Ben, played by Young Griffith and Michael Chiklis, who wish to get funding to study a cosmic storm that could change the way we look at DNA. Their one problem? They're asking a guy named Doom. Yeah, that's really his name, Victor Von Doom, which translates out to Victor of Doom. I mean, okay, a rose by any other name, but that fucking name is Doom!
Same old Reed, always stretching, reaching for the stars.
But hey, don't let his label tip you off. Let the giant menacing statue hiding in the shadows during meetings and the fact that he stole your former girlfriend tip you off. Seriously, his name is Von Doom!
This isn't gonna be a problem, is it?
Oh, not at all.
Jessica Alba plays Susan Storm, the director of genetic research. I'm sorry, I couldn't get through that without laughing. I'm surprised I made it that far.
I'll sign over a fair percentage of any applications.
Number 75. 25% of $1 billion is enough to keep the lights on for a while, isn't it?
Oh, excuse me. I was just riding in my Bowser's Dungeon elevator courtesy of the not criminal genius who stole my girlfriend. His name is Doom!
As far as crew, I was hoping Ben could pilot the mission.
So, they all have to train to be astronauts. Better get started on those years and years, or minutes and minutes of training.
A few days in space. It'll be great. What's the worst that can happen?
Did everyone just forget that space is space?
Remember my brother Johnny?
But it's okay, as long as they have a determined pilot on their hands. Insert fucking beautiful, obviously not qualified specimen number 5, Johnny, played by Chris Evans.
You meet me at 4:01 at the top of the mountain. This is yours. Oh, that's mine.
I'm sorry, how the fuck does choosing the crew for this work again?
Too ugly.
Too average.
Too bald.
Too wrinkly.
Too
normal.
Wait, what about these guys? These are the people we need to be getting into space.
But those are just glamour magazines.
They're perfect. Call them immediately.
Right.
Except for this one. It's research.
And by the way, yeah, it is strange that Chris Evans is playing a Marvel superhero when he's also playing one in Captain America. But honestly, I always just assumed this was Loki in disguise. You have to admit, they are pretty similar.
I don't know whether I should be flying or doing Swan Lake in these suits. I mean, who the hell came up with these?
Victor did.
Oh, I'm sure Victor did. I'm sure he told you it was for advanced breasticulation research.
Wow. Fantastic. Material made from self-regulating unstable molecules.
As a director of genetic research, I'm very insulted you didn't notice my rack. So they go to their space station that, honest to God, is making Austin Powers look credible. As our own Dr. Evil and Seven of Fine are having a moment.
Susan, every man dreams he'll meet a woman he can give the world to.
Wow, I'm only mildly amused by this.
Victor,
I have 4 words.
The cloud is accelerating. We've got minutes until it hits, not hours. That storm is deadly. We need to abort.
Get a grip, Reed. We didn't come all this way to lose our nerve at the first glitch.
That is to say, you didn't. I apparently came here to blow $1 billion proposal on a woman who doesn't even find the universe interesting. Now, if you'll excuse me, there's a bucket about to be filled with my tears waiting for me.
Threshold in T-minus 9 minutes.
So, what they apparently had the technology to know years in advance was coming, suddenly can only tell them 9 minutes ahead of time that it showed up early. But hey, that $1 billion technology isn't anything compared to just looking to the fucking left.
I ain't done arranging your flowers yet, egghead.
Ben, turn around.
Oh what, that giant flaming death going wah 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 wah? Yeah, don't know how I missed that. This is our attempt at trying to make sense of our power. We're not buying it either. They get back to Earth, at first only noticing the slightest of differences.
I'm liking the grandpa look.
Oh, yeah, side effects may include slight white hair and terrifyingly inhuman stretching. But hey, at least you now look 1/20th closer to how the original character is supposed to look.
How's she doing?
Stable, and her vitals are strong.
Unfortunately, we couldn't do anything about her acting. But they eventually find out that superpowers are starting to emerge, but only during situation-fitting dialogue.
it's nice to be seen.
Oh, you're hot. Why, thank you. So are you.
Look at me.
I can't.
And he was frozen in ice and thawed out years later. Come on, I'm trying to tie them together somehow. Reed also discovers he can turn his hand into Woody the Cowboy's hand. Boy, these effects did not age well. We discover also that Ben has gone through a really bad transformation, but it's all good, because they operate on Ninja Turtle logic. So a trench coat and hat apparently covers it all up.
Deb, it's me. It's still me. It was the accident. Let me explain.
No, don't touch me!
Debs!
Hey, I'm calling the police. Yeah, I'm pressing charges on account of you being a pop rock.
Oh, yeah, Ben. A few days in space. It'll be great. What's the worst that could happen?
Okay, will you stop acting like space is a fucking road trip? It's goddamn space! But it looks like a man is about to commit suicide right next to it. What are the odds? The Fantastic Four, bringing peace and harmony wherever they go. Yeah, and the Man of Steel saved Metropolis. And in yet another coincidence, the rest of the team happens to be right on the bridge.
What do we do now?
We're not gonna get past these guys. But you could.
Sue, you're close. Lose them.
Really? Because I think we could just tell them that we know the guy.
No, you need to strip.
Couldn't you just stretch over them rather easily?
No, you need to strip.
They can clearly see what I'm doing. I don't even think it would
Strip,
even...
damn it, strip! You're half naked in everything else you do. Just fucking strip!
Oh God, I thought we were Marvel and not DC.
But whoops, I guess her power stopped when it got to her underwear.
Oh man, I haven't seen a more appropriate usage of underwear since Star Trek Into Darkness. No, really, the movie would fall apart without it. Jesus Christ, this is the most accident-prone bridge I've ever seen! What doesn't cause an emergency on this thing? But the four of them, of course, managed to save her.
Get down on the ground. Get down on the ground now.
Well, the crowd seems to like him, so what the hey? Your popularity equals no arrest today.
But Ben's fiancée doesn't seem to agree. I don't care if you saved a dozen people. You look like a decaying Oompa Loompa, and in my book, that's bad.
That's what they're calling you. The Fantastic Four.
You believe this?
Which one of you is the leader?
What? Who would ask that?
Which one of you is the leader?
I'm just assuming that all good Samaritans have leaders. Oh, I'm also gonna need a copy of your theme song.
So they seclude themselves in a building to discover more about their powers.
Welcome back to the Baxter, Dr. Richards. I've got the usual for you. Good to have you back, sir.
I'm so the Watcher. So they spend the majority of their times figuring out how to control their new abilities.
Any hotter and you're approaching supernova.
Sweet!
Not only could you kill yourself, but you could set fire to Earth's atmosphere and destroy all human life as we know it.
Okay, important safety tip. Thank you, we got.
You should be able to bend light around other objects, even people, if you could control your emotional state better.
Wow, a person whose powers is tied to their emotion? I have never friggin' seen that.
I mean, you broke up with me, right?
I was ready for the next step. You weren't.
I think it was a little bit more complicated than that.
I just wanted to share an apartment. What was so complicated about that?
We're men. We just don't do the commitment thing, remember? I mean, Jesus. If Jessica Alba came up to me and said she wanted to share an apartment, I'd of course say no. Commitment, grr, we hate that shit. Ooh, punch testosterone balls, grr.
Seriously, you're a stupid fucking movie. But Victor finds out he's starting to get some side effects as well.
I can't pretend to know what we're dealing with here.
We need to keep this confidential.
Victor, this disease is progressive, degenerative. I have to notify someone.
Okay, word of advice. If you're talking to a guy and he starts to go like this, he's probably gonna attack you. Or take a piss. Probably both. But they find out that celebrity is apparently really tough to get used to. Actually, no, they don't. They just wanted another reason for Alba to strip naked.
I can't believe I'm doing this again.
I really thought getting my skirt caught in Better Luck Chuck would be the end of these scenes.
How are you gonna cure us?
I'm gonna build a machine to recreate the storm.
But wait a minute! You can just recreate the storm with a machine? Why the fuck did you spend billions of dollars to go into space then? Was it like eggs versus egg beaters? The universe's version was just a little more tasty?
Oh, you can knock.
Sorry.
Should we just put a counter there? Yeah, apparently the film needs it. So, again, something you might have noticed is really missing in this movie is that there doesn't seem to be that much crime fighting going on. Okay, don't get me wrong, it's important to understand your powers, but in most films it's like a few minutes tops. We're an hour in and all they've done is save a bridge of people that really was caused by them to begin with. I'm not seeing what's so especially fantastic about them.
Johnny!
Okay, it looks like Johnny's finally leaving. Well, good. Stop a robbery, punch out a crime boss or something.
Mr. Johnny, stop!
Or ride a motorcycle and whore yourself out some more. It's what Superman would do.
He didn't.
Oh, yes, he did.
So what are your superhero names?
They call me the Human Torch.
What about the rest of the team?
That's the Invisible Girl.
What about your leader?
I'm 15.
Now I'm gonna go kill him.
Relatively pissed off, they go to confront Johnny about what he's been doing.
Time to go Street Fighter bonus level.
Yeah, that would cut his head off.
Bring it, Burnout.
You two need a timeout.
Talk to Blockhead. He started it.
I don't care. Damn it, Johnny.
Now, there's supposed to be crime fighting in this crime fighting movie, right? Hello? Hello? Yes? Ben ends up going to a bar where a blind woman hears his woes and takes pity on him.
If there's a God, he hates me.
She is not so into hate.
Look, lady, you can call God a turnip for all I care as long as you convince somebody to star crime fighting! But Victor vows to destroy Reed, I guess because he's more successful, and tries to turn the team against each other.
What are you doing here?
I was worried about you.
You know, for a guy who says he doesn't want to be seen in public, he sure is seen in public a lot.
Reed is gonna fix me up, okay?
I mean, other than spending More time with Sue.
What? How dare that asshole have a personal life? I'm gonna show him by refusing his cure! No, really, that's what happens.
I spent my whole life protecting you, and for what? So you can play Twister with your girlfriend while I'm the freak of the wheel?
That'll show my only hope for salvation. I sure showed me, pow 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 pow!
This shouldn't be turning me on, but it kind of is. You two are on your own.
Hey, look what the marketing guys did.
It's clobbering time!
Hey, that'll go great with all the Black Widow merchandise. Ben leaves the three of them behind to see if Von Doom can help him out any better. His name is Von Doom!
Do you want to be Ben Grimm again?
Just do it before I remember whether or not I even run a business anymore. Ben returns back to normal, but Victor feeds off the energy he emits to make him even stronger. He decides to give himself a chilling identity, one that involves a creepy-ass mask given to him for humanitarian purposes. Yeah, I remember when Mother Teresa got awarded a chain mace from India, and decides to go after Reed. How? By freezing him, apparently.
That's not like you, Reed. After all, we're both doctors.
Okay, stop. I'm just giving you a heads up, guys. Honestly, I'm taking the Corman version more seriously than this. I mean, come on, what are you doing? Did you raid George Sanders' makeup kit from the 60s Batman? You're 2 seconds away from the Austrian ice puns.
Let's check in on the rest of the family.
Let's do it before I figure out why the hell I suddenly hate you all right now. Johnny distracts the missile away while Susan goes to save Reed. Fire! You know, you really should be renamed the Mildly Interfering 4. Ben sees the trouble going on, changes himself back, and very unrealistically gets over there like the speed of fucking light.
It's clobbering time.
That's what my toy says!
Damn, I've been waiting to do that.
You and a butt-numbingly bored audience, buddy. So we finally get some real fighting with powers, rays, electricity, guys getting hit by buses only to walk out the door. Why is this a thing in bad movies?
Johnny, supernova. I thought we agreed that was bad. Now!
Risking the lives of all humanity is worth it just to save our selfish asses! But it's contained in Susan's force field and they end up turning him into a real-life statue, resulting in the city throwing a big boat party. Yes, thank you for saving yourselves, as he was just basically going after you the entire time. Seriously, what was his plan again?
Sue Storm, will you marry me?
Yes. Yes. That's my nose, Genius. These are my lips.
Well, mostly. I've had them done like 10 times. So I think you can see why, as superheroes, we were so inspired by this movie. All you gotta do is look hot in tight outfits, say a lot of exposition about yourself without actually exposing any character, and only save people if you yourself cause the trouble. The rest of the time, just look out for yourself and flaunt what little you do. Sheesh, I can't imagine at all why anybody wouldn't enjoy this fantastic superhero film. It just friggin' inspires so much.
My god, guys! Cthulhu has risen and he's taking over the world!
You weak, pathetic fools! I come for your souls!
Nah, I think he'd be a good ruler.
Yeah, everyone loves Cthulhu.
But when he's done with the world, he'll come for you.
This looks like a job for the Adequately Impressive 3! Well, that was easy. What?
Yeah, Malcolm turned him into Xiaoping's head from Hong Kong 97.
Yeah, I stuck with the classics.
That's it! I'm gonna expose myself to that meteorite and actually use my powers to benefit humanity! Out of the way!
Alright, you giant sack of space rock, come to me! Wow, you just became really good at Hong Kong 97.
How come you guys get all the cool stuff?
Because we love you.